This is an official cry to the Executive Governor of Niger State, His Excellency Mohammad Umar Bago. Today, 6th of August 2026, I choose to use this platform to extend my cry to your table. This will give you the opportunity to know the caliber of people under your ministry and how they treat other people. Permit me to explain this in details. This guy you are seeing, his name is Moses Samuel Diku. He worked with land and survey under your ministry in Mina, Niger State. I have a particular land, 250 by 100, just opposite Gidankwanu, FUT Gidankwanu. I wanted to make progress in that particular land, and I want to do an official document for that land. I want to do C of O. I called him having known that he works under the Ministry of Land and Survey. He told me, he gave me the details of all that I need to bring with me that involves a letter from the committee head of that particular Gideon Kwanu, confirming, I think whether they call it confirmation letter or something. So brought the letter, the receipts, the sale agreement, and all other documents that I need to bring. Then I told him that what is the next step? Who do I approach in the land and survey since you're working there? He said, no, all I need to do is to, you will do everything to me. I met the right person. Um, okay, we agreed. How much will it cost me for me to obtain the C of O? He narrated breakdown, people that will come for the survey, this, that, and gave me the total. I even requested for a discount. He said there will be no way he can give me a discount because that is just the best he can do. In fact, as it is, from this amount that he gave me, there's no interest. He's not going to get anything from it. But then I should just try and see how I can be able to pay for this amount of money. Then we'll seal it up. I quickly went and looked for that money, paid in full. After paying in full, within the same week, I was my neighbor who has 150 size of land just next to me. I think fence, it's only fence that separate me and the person. Want to sell his own, so I bought it. Then now the size of my land becomes 300 by 100, 300 by 100. And I went to tell him that look, the size of the land has now um, increased from 250 to 300. So okay, maybe I will need to add something again before the. I said, but you have not started the previous one now. He said yes, but then I will need to add on. So I lobby. That was how he left. He said okay. After some time, he came back again and said, from the requirement of what I'm trying to do, the registration I'm trying to do, because I requested for it to be a corporate registration. because we want to establish business within the premises of students in the Gideon Kwano. That boy said, we have to pay additional money because I needed to provide a tax clearance certificate. That is TCC. I say, how can I provide a tax clearance certificate of a business I have not registered and I have not commenced? This is just a process for me to register or to obtain a CFO for this land before developing it. So why do I have to give you the certificate, the tax clearance certificate of a business I have not commenced, not even registered? So he said, oh, well, I can also bring my own personal tax clearance so that we can attach with it. He started bringing stories, all this. I said, well, I didn't know how to go about these things. He said, okay, he know how to help me. I said, okay. He said, I have to bring additional money because he liaised with the people, with the tax body, and they said, that's the amount I need to pay. After the payment, that was how this guy started pulling me up and down. And I am no longer based in Mina, Niger State. That guy stopped picking my call at some point because he has exhausted the number of lies he has given to me over that particular land matter. I started making inquiry. I was able to get an internal person from the land and survey. They did a verification for me and found out that even a file was not open for that CFO, not to talk of registering it for processing. And I heard that based on the due process, that particular file is supposed to go to the governor desk at some point for final approval. File was not even open at the land and survey for me. Then we proceed and said, how do we do now? What is the situation? How do I progress in this matter? I was advised. So based on the advice, I had to travel from far distance down to Niger State. And I went straight upon my entry to Niger State with my bag and everything. I went straight to the land and survey office. And I went to meet the director admin. I told him that I want to see him. I laid my complaints, gave him the details of their staff. Immediately, the director summoned Moses Samuel Diko to the office. At that particular time, he was not in the office. So he was called upon by the director admin to report to the office immediately, which within 30 minutes, he appears in the office. And he saw me sitting down. The director admin asked him, do you know this guy? He said, yes, you know me. What joined you and this guy? Thank God he narrated the same story that I already narrated to the director admin. Say, okay, where is the money that he gave you to process his CFO? Nadia Wahala Deal. That was where the problem started. Say, he gave somebody 40,000 out of the money. He gave somebody 30,000 out of the money. He thought the director would not confirm. Immediately, anybody he mentioned, the director will pick his call. The first person he mentioned that he gave the person 30,000 out of the money to process something. The director called him. The person said no, he wasn't giving 30,000, it was actually 20,000. Then he said he gave somebody around 60,000 out of the money. Director pick his phone and want to call the person. He said no. He later did not give the person the money. So, okay, since out of the money, all that you spend is 20,000 naira, where is the remaining money? He said, he's going to bring it by next week. You are going to bring it by next week? He said, yes. The director always say, okay. If you say you are going to bring that money by next week, it means the money is somewhere that you already kept the money somewhere. All what you need to do is to go and pick it and deliver to the owner, right? That was when he kept quiet. Omo, the money is not anywhere. Baba has squandered the money. So when the director asked him that question, that was when he thought twice and said no, he shouldn't say next week. Then he pleaded for end of January. Exactly first week of January was the time I visited the ministry by myself. Now, Moses was told to write an understatement confirming that by the end of January he will pay back that money, and he will not even pay me back directly to my hand, but he will submit that money to the director admin. He wrote an undertaking and director admin kept the undertaking. He signed, I signed. End of January reached. The director admin kept reaching out to him. He never refunded any money to director admin. Only for him, in fact, he was not even coming to office like that. Only for him to get another person next to him, call the director and to inform the director that he was sick. So please, because he was sick, he should be giving additional time to get that money because currently he was sick. And the person that called the director admin claimed to be the brother of that Samuel Moses Diko. Later, the director admin got to understand that the person that even called him was not his brother. It was just a manipulated strategy not to pay back that money. The time I gave him that, I made the transfer to him was August 2025. Now, as I am talking, today is 6th of August 2026. That is exactly 1 year. My money was nowhere to be found. This is how dubious people are all around the ministries, are all in the position of government, where they're supposed to attend to the public. They no longer do their job because they became money mongers, so dubious and fraudulent. I took the case to police station. The police station at Sokakawuta, because that happens to be the police station close to his house because he resides in Sokakawuta. The police station next to Haske Luxury, and the IPO of the case is Inspector Esther. She summoned him immediately to come to the police station before he will be tracked. And if he allowed them to track them, it's not going to be funny. That was what she told him. So he immediately submitted himself. That is another coming. I have to travel back again. He had to submit himself to the police station immediately, and he saw me there. She asked the same question whether he knows me. He confirmed that he knows me. So how about my money? He started stammering. He told the officer, the IPO, that he gave director admin 70,000 naira out of the money. But meanwhile, director, I don't really know if he has quite a number of activities in his desk, but he was not able to call me to confirm to me that 70,000 naira was paid to him. So we now started discussing how the remaining money will be paid. Samuel confirmed to the woman that he's going to pay the remaining money in so period of time. He was not remitting. Since then up till now, no amount was paid. No amount was paid. But now, because Samuel was not able to return the money, and even before I left the station, the IPO asked me if I need, what did I really need right now? I said I am no longer interested in the C of O. Since it's a fraudulent activities, I'm no longer interested in the C of O. However, the IPO advised me that I shouldn't say that. Let them see how they can push it for me to get my CO. So instead, let's wait for the Samuel to return the money so that they will push them to process my CFO successfully. Now, based on the fact that we needed to complete the process, the registration process of the CFO, having been that the case is now being transferred to the director admin. The director admin collected all the credentials, all the papers. I submitted to Samuel Moses Diko to help us fast track this thing and see how possible it can be done for us to make progress. Kudos to the director admin. But then, at the moment where Samuel Moses Diko promised to refund the money to the director admin, he did not fulfill his promise. I am now being requested to pay extra money apart from what I have already paid. And the director explained categorically to the station, because while I was not around, what we would usually do, we'll do a conference call between the IPO and the director admin, then we'll have our conversation sealed. The director admin informed me to get part of those remaining money and send to him so that he can continue to process the paper while we still wait for Moses. I've been at Samuel, I will call him Moses. I don't even know which one belongs to him directly, to return the money. As we speak, up until today, 6th of August 2026, that boy has not returned the money. And right now, I'm not even buoyant. I'm not buoyant. I don't have much on me to pay an extra money that I have already paid. Why is now a thing of concern is this: if this Samuel Moses Diko is not an official staff of the land and survey, is a different matter. This guy work with the ministry, and it is within the position or the administrative right of the ministry to be remitting my money from his salary. That has not been done. That has not been done. So at the moment, I am not even sure at all if there is 100% sincerity in dealing with this issue within the ministry. Within the ministry. But thank God, the woman police, the IPO, Inspector Esther, she was doing very well. Because if she wants to even discuss the thing, she will make sure that I am in a conference call with the people so that I will listen to their conversation. The executive governor of Niger State, this is my story with the people working under your ministry. I call on the executive governor to please swing into action until the rights that I deserve, my rightful sweat, is returned to me. If you guys want to keep him to continue to work in the land as survey, it's none of my business. If you guys want to transfer him to another ministry to work, it's none of my business. All I want for you guys to help me do is to return my money. Let the CFO process be complete.